Have you ever felt like you're just stuck on that diet roller coaster? I'm sure you know the one. You lose a little weight, you feel amazing, and then boom, it all comes creeping back. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to talk about intermittent fasting, but in a super simple, practical way that actually works.
I know. When you hear simple solution, your brain probably screams, too good to be true. But here's the thing. This is so powerful because it's not some crazy, complicated new diet. It's really just a shift in how you think. It's all about when you eat, not just what you eat.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with the promise behind all this. Then we'll get into what intermittent fasting actually is. I'll walk you through how to start, step by step, what you can drink and eat, the amazing benefits, and then we'll talk about how you can actually give it a try.
So, just to be super clear, this is not going to be some stuffy medical lecture. Think of this more like a conversation, you know? Sometimes the best advice comes from someone who's just been there, someone who's walked the path and can tell you what it actually feels like. This is all about sharing a tool that worked for me and that you can make work for you.
Okay, let's get right to it. You've probably heard the term intermittent fasting thrown around, and maybe it sounds a little intense, a little intimidating, but I promise you, the idea behind it is so simple. Let's just break it down right now.
That's really it. It's not a diet, not in the way we usually think of them. It's just an eating schedule. And here's the crazy part. You're already doing it. I mean, if you finish dinner at 8 p.m. and then you have breakfast at 8 a.m. the next morning, you've just fasted for 12 hours. See? You're already a natural.
And this slide, this is the real aha moment. Most diets are all about what you're eating. You're cutting out carbs, counting every single calorie. It's exhausting. Intermittent fasting just flips the whole thing around. It focuses on when you eat, which gives your body a predictable rhythm and honestly a much-needed break from digesting food all the time.
Okay, now for the practical stuff. How do you actually get started with this? Well, the most important thing, the absolute #1 rule, is to go slow. This is all about gently guiding your body into a new routine, not, forcing it into some crazy new plan overnight.
And the beautiful part is how gentle this is. You just start with a simple 12-hour fast. Like we said, you're probably doing that already. Once that feels totally normal, you just push your breakfast back a little bit, maybe by an hour or two, to get to a 14-hour fast. And from there, you can work your way up to 16-8. That's kind of the sweet spot for a lot of people. It's super effective and totally sustainable.
So, you've got the schedule down, but now for the nitty-gritty, right? Let's talk about the two biggest questions that everyone asks. First, what in the world can I drink when I'm fasting? And second, what should I be eating when I'm not?
This is the big one, right? The whole point of the fasting window is to have 0 calories so you don't wake up your insulin. So, what does that actually leave you with?
The good news is, the list is simple. Water is your absolute best friend. Still, sparkling, whatever you like. Black coffee is a lifesaver for a lot of people. That little caffeine kick can really help. But, and this is a big but, no sugar, no milk. Same goes for any kind of tea. As long as it's unsweetened, you're good to go.
Yep, the next logical question. It's so tempting to think, great, I can eat whatever I want now. But honestly, the quality of the food you eat is what's going to give you that amazing energy and those incredible results.
A really easy way to think about it is like this. Fill half your plate with tons of colorful veggies. Then a quarter of your plate with a good quality protein. Think chicken, fish, or beans. And that last quarter, that's for complex carbs, like sweet potatoes or quinoa. See, it's not about being restrictive. It's just about giving your body the amazing fuel it really deserves.
Okay, so a little bit of real talk here. The first couple of days, they might feel a little weird. You might feel hungry. But that hunger is usually just a habit. It's driven by a hormone. Think of it like your body's old alarm clock, just going off at the usual times. But if you stick with it, your body totally resets that clock. Here's a pro tip. If you feel a hunger pang, just grab a big glass of water or a cup of black coffee. It really helps.
So why push through those first few days? Because the benefits? Wow, they are about so much more than just a number on a scale. We're talking about real, noticeable improvements in your energy, your mental focus, and just how you feel in your own skin.
I know this is going to sound completely backwards, but fasting can actually give you more energy. Think about it. When your body isn't working around the clock digesting food, all that energy is freed up for you to use for, well, everything else in your day.
This was the one that really surprised me. The mental clarity is incredible. I found that my mornings without that kind of post-breakfast brain fog became my most focused, productive hours of the day. And when you feel that clear-headed, it's so much easier to make better food choices later on.
Let's be honest, our bodies weren't really designed for us to be eating and snacking all day long. Giving your digestive system a real break lets it rest and repair itself. And for so many people, that means less bloating, less inflammation, and just a happier gut overall.
Okay, here's the quick science bit, but it's super important. There's a hormone called insulin. Think of it like the key that your body uses to store fat. When you're eating, your insulin is high. But when you fast, your insulin levels drop. So you're basically taking that fat-storing key away, which allows your body to finally dip into its fat stores and use them for energy. It's a game changer.
So, we've covered what it is, how to start, and why it works so well. Let's bring it all home. Just remember, this isn't about adding another super strict diet to your life. It's about finding a new rhythm that just makes you feel fantastic.
And this right here is the mindset shift that makes all the difference. When you stop seeing this as a short-term diet and you start thinking of it as a sustainable habit, like a new, healthier rhythm for your body, that's when the magic really happens.
And please remember this. It's the most important rule of all. Listen to your body. Some days, a 16-hour fast will feel like a breeze. Other days, maybe not so much. And that is perfectly okay. Be flexible. Be gentle with yourself. And of course, it's always a good idea to chat with your doctor before starting any new eating plan.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. It's not, are you going to fast for 16 hours tomorrow? No. It's something much gentler. What's the first small step you can take today? Maybe it's just deciding to stop eating a little earlier tonight. That alone is a fantastic start.